See how many people we got here. Okay, we got 13. Good. Okay. Okay. This is what we're going to do today. I got to do this live stream during the day in order to run the new subcompact impact wrench from Milwaukee underneath my van hood. It's kind of hard to do this at nighttime, you know. Won't be able to see anything at all. Okay. I want to clean the battery posts first. So let me come up with what I'm going to need to loosen them. This is all you clean a battery post. It's a battery post cleaner. Okay. Not quite. Too big. See if anybody's saying anything. How's it going, guys? Okay. This shouldn't be metric. This should be standard. Better not be. No. This might be metric, this van. I don't know. That's awful tight. Guess it is metric, 10 millimeter. It's not moving around that much, so this van is metric. Oh boy. Now I gotta get an adapter. This is 3/8, this subcompact from Milwaukee, not a 1/4 inch. I'm gonna buy that at Christmas. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put it on bus mode so it doesn't spin it off. Nice. Doesn't throw it. Take case in point, this battery's been in this van for 9 years. Okay. I have to get some more tools. Okay. Let's see who's here. Okay. There's got to be another way to loosen this. No, that's pretty much it. Maybe. Okay. This is fun. Okay, there goes the positive. Now I'm going to need a smaller screwdriver. There goes the negative. Is anybody saying anything? Not yet, huh? Okay. I'm going to take that, put that back on. Okay, let's clean it. I know the battery needs replacing, but you know, the old saying goes, if this van's not going anywhere, it just sits in the driveway until I get ready to fix it and use it in another year or two. Why should I replace the battery and have the battery sit in it for another year or two when I can just let the 8-year-old battery sit in, 8+ years old, with a trickle charger on it so I can open the doors? This van's been sitting for 2 years. It's been sitting for 2 whole years. It's the old way to clean batteries, this post cleaner. Buy these old auto parts stores. I've been doing this for 45 years. Like I say, I'm not going to replace this battery until I'm ready to drive the van. Let it sit. New vans are $50,000. Why should I buy a new one? This only has 160,000 miles on it for being 13 years old. 14. Okay, I lost the other piece. No big deal. I'll get a wire brush for the connectors. Hey, how's it going? Then I'll put everything back together. Then I'll loosen up parts on here. Then we're testing the brand new, like I say, subcompact from Milwaukee. Okay. Um, all I can find is for cleaning grills. You know, grills. So I'm using a grill cleaner for cleaning the contacts, the positive and the negative. So much room to work with this. Good enough with me. Okay. Let's see here. Clean the post again. Like I said, I don't want to replace the battery now. It'd be a waste of money. Battery's trash, you know, after going back. I can figure out the date on this battery. I put this band in late 17, so I'm sure this battery's probably 9 years old. So I'll connect it last. That'll be the last thing I put back together. So that way I don't short out anything in this van. Okay. Now let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to barbecue the engine. Let's see what this guy's saying. I'll read it on the other phone. If you put a couple drops of motor oil in the battery terminals, it will cause the plastic around the post to swell and it won't let it leak onto the terminals. Put a couple of drops of motor oil on the battery terminals, it will cause the plastic around the post to swell and won't let the acid leak in the terminals. That's a good idea. Really good idea. Midnight Farmer 38. I'll do that before I put the post back on. Okay. Just put this stuff out of my pocket. I don't want to have these in my pocket. Okay. Now let's see what else I'm going to loosen up. We all know this is for this. Okay. This van seems to be metric. Okay. Let's assume it's metric. Let's loosen the power steering fluid nut. This van is metric. Everything fits tight in here. I didn't realize this van was metric. Wow. Good thing I got my dad's old tools. These are all old Craftsman sockets. These probably go back, I'm guessing, to the late 80s, early 90s, back when they made them here. In fact, I'm pretty sure these are made here. Okay. 1/4 inch, of course. Okay. See how much it takes. I got this on the mode so it doesn't spin fast. That whole stud came out. I don't know if that's normal, but I don't think it is. I'm gonna put it back down slow. Don't want to tighten it too much. So the whole stud came up. Let me put some breakaway on it. PB blaster. Maybe I can loosen it so I can just take the nut off without removing the whole thing. This is what you get when you got a van that's old. Okay, I got the PB blaster. And I'm looking for that motor oil so I can let that sit while I go looking for the motor oil for the battery terminals. It's a very good idea. I don't see many guys doing live streams with the new subcompact. In fact, I'm probably the only one doing a live stream with it. We'll let that sit a few minutes while I look for some motor oil for the last thing I'll do, reattach the terminals. I've had motor oil in this can forever. I think my dad probably put machinery oil in it. This is an old Craftsman. Look at it. This is probably back from the 1970s. An old Craftsman for putting oil on stuff. They don't make them like this anymore. Metal, not plastic. This may even go back to the 60s. This will be the last thing I do. Let me tell you, I inherited all my dad's hand tools, all of them. He literally had a couple grand in hand tools, and I'm not selling any of them because I like them. And they were all made here. Let's see here. Well, I took off the battery terminals with it. You can go back in the video. In the meantime, right now, we're waiting for that to soak with PB Blaster so we can get just the nut off of here. Because when I was trying to loosen the power steering bottle, the whole thing came up. Meantime, we'll let that sit. Okay, we'll just put the socket over it. So I remember what socket it is. Okay. Let's see what else I can loosen. Well, look around here. Maybe we'll take off, loosen some of these components. Let me see. That should be metric too. Too big. I'm just using 1/4-inch drive. I'm not even using 3/8. That is not fitting. Make sure these are in the correct order. 4mm, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nah, that's a plastic thing. I can't release that. Okay, this is 9. Got 10 there. Maybe it's a 10. No. We'll let that soak a little bit longer. Nine. Here we go. No, too big. Maybe it is 10. Nope. Too small. Yep. Okay, we'll look elsewhere. You know these are metric. You know these are metric. Way too big. Make sure these are all in the proper order. Here we go. They're set up here different on this bar. Let's go with it fits. It fits. 10mm. Looks like a 12 slot. Okay. Now we're on to 3/8. Okay. What do you know? It did it. That's just a bolt, nut removal mode without sending it 500 feet. Let's put it back down. That's good enough with me. Why impact it anymore? Let's loosen this one. Little rusty. Okay, let's hand thread it in there. Okay. Wow, look at that. It quit, but as soon as it hit, let's see if I can impact it again. What do you know? Awesome. Okay. Let's try the one here on the fender. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Let's keep it on bolt mold, nut mold. That ought to be good. Don't have to impact it that much. Let's go further up. Not bad. Make sure we don't cross thread it. Then we'll put some oil on it. Here's the oil. Okay. The oil. A little bit of oil. Okay. Leave it on nut busting mode. Tight enough for me. Let's remove this one. Not bad. Tired of oil and everything. Let's just put it in. That ought to be good. If only I had the little 2.5 battery with this. I have to get that. Okay, let's try to see if we can remove that now. It's been soaking long enough. Okay. Now we'll see if we can remove it without removing the stud. Nope. Still, it will not do it. Wow, that is really seized on there. I ain't doing it any tighter. Okay, let's see what's next. Anybody see that one? Wow. Okay. Maybe I'll do the hood latch. You did it. Okay. Let's put a little bit of oil on that. Okay. Keep it on nut mode. It fits in here too. That ought to be tight enough. Let's remove the other one. What do you know? Did that one too. Okay. And thread it in first. Okay, let's tighten it. That ought to be good enough. Shouldn't have to impact it that much. Okay, what's next? Too many people we got watching about. Still mad I can't just get the nut off that power steering. Just it won't do it. Maybe I'll loosen this side. People can see this. Yeah. Make sure I can see it, or you guys can see it. Okay. I think this is all the same size. Yep. Okay. That ought to be good enough on that. What if I can loosen the hood? Let's do the hood. Let's do over here. Let's make sure I can get to it. Can you see me? Yeah, okay. That's a little bit bigger of a bolt. Okay. Now let me find the bolt for that. I know it's not going to be 1/4 inch. Let me look here. Okay. Looks like maybe it's 13 millimeter. Yeah. Man, am I good eyeballing stuff. 13 millimeter. I'm good at eyeballing stuff. Because I used to work in a countertop shop. Okay. We'll still use it on nut removal mode. We're just loosening. Now we'll tighten. Not bad. Okay, what else can I loosen? If I can bring the camera over, I'm going to try to loosen something. Looks rusted. Looks like it's holding a radiator line. Maybe I better not do that. Okay. Let's see what else. Did I loosen the latch up here? No, I didn't. Okay. Let's get the latch up here. Let's try to get it out of the sun. I'm using my phone. Let me take a look at my other phone. Well, let me do it this way on a different angle. Here we go. Yeah, we got sun no matter how you look at it. Just stay with this angle. We'll try to block it. I'm watching my other phone to see what it looks like. It looks good. Okay. Now, too big. Now I got to figure out where this goes. 13 millimeter, we already did that. Okay. That almost looks like the ones down there. So that means, yeah, 3/8 is 10 millimeter. Okay. Use it on nut busting mold. Put it back in. Not bad. Okay. What are we going to do next? I got to find some spot to get into here, but I got to be able to film it too. I wonder if I could even fit this down in here. Yeah, with an extension I can. Let me focus on that now. Let's drop this down. Let's see how this looks on my other phone. Gonna try to take this nut loose down in here. It looks like it's by the hard time seeing the engine. It looks like a one thing. I want to take this off, but let's do this first. Maybe I will take this off, this plastic shroud. should remove. Okay, how does it remove? I hate these things. I'm going to blow it out with the blower while I got it off. Okay. Now, we got a lot more space to work here. Can everybody see me? Good. I'm going to get my blower. I got the new Works little blower that, Milwaukee has. Milwaukee has their new little teeny weeny blower coming out for working on stuff like this, and detailing cars. I have the Works version coming in. Why are you giving almost $200 to Milwaukee? It's a little less powerful, and it's half the price. I'm not going to pay $200 for a little handheld blower. I'm only paying $105. Okay, let me go get the blower, and then I'm going to remove some stuff. Not too much. I'm going to just loosen up some nuts. I have never had this off before until now. So let me get my big blower. Of course, the piece that came on here. Okay. Let's see if I'm looking at everything. Let me turn it a little bit better. Cool. Honest tool reviews. I'm doing great. Cool. Honest tool reviews. I'm doing great. Boy, now it doesn't look complicated. Now, let me see what else I can loosen up. These engines are still complicated going back to 12 compared to the old days. Back when I was a really youngster, I had a 1970 Chevelle. There was not half this crap to deal with. Now forget it. This is even too complicated to really work on that much, let alone newer cars. That's the fuel injection. So, see if I can loosen that one. There's a nut in there. I'd like to take a spark plug out, but I'm even trying to see where the spark plugs are even located, and I'm not going to mess with it. So forget it. This is a 3.6 liter V6. I can loosen two of them in there. There's a nut down in here, holding the fuel injection on. Let me see here. Okay. Now let's see what all this, if they're sticking with the same size. I kind of doubt it. Yeah. No. Much smaller. Okay. This is all metric too. Much smaller. Here comes a sneeze now. Ugh, brother. Well, maybe somebody else will do a live stream with the new stubby. Now I'm going to probably need an extension. Let's see. And I'm running all 1/4 inch stuff. You know, what's the use? I don't feel like switching over to try to run 3/8. I suppose you could probably take all this stuff off with the 1/4 inch stubby. I call it the stubby. I'm sure you could take all this off with the stubby 1/4 inch. This stuff ain't on that tight. Positive you probably could. I'll be getting that in December. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. If I can get into this engine compartment and show people. As soon as I put this on. Oh, brother. It's like I might have to remove the phone. Now. Anybody see what I'm doing? Not bad. Nah, let's not mess with that. Let's see if I can find the same similar size nut. Boy, I bet you it'd be hard getting in there. You know, in there. Yeah. Let me see if I can get a swivel on this. Yep. Honest Tool Reviews is right. I don't get paid for doing any of this. I don't get paid for any of this. I'm not a big channel making millions of dollars, like, well, not millions, hundreds of thousands like other guys do. You know. They get all the free tools in the world, and we all know who those channels are. They get all the free tools. They get everything free. The manufacturer says, now give us a good review. You know how that is, don't you? They get paid for it. I don't. The only thing I got for free was Senior batteries back in April. And I like them. They're nice. But they didn't pay me. And that one battery from Senior did give me a problem. It was the 8 amp 21/700 cell from Milwaukee. I probably shouldn't have done what I did, but I ran it on my super whole hog drill from Milwaukee and the battery melted. Oh well, and they give me a free one. So that's it. But I don't get tools for free from manufacturers. I wish, and I still give an honest review. That's life. So here, let's try to get in, see if we can get into a tighter spot. If I can get into a much tighter spot. Much, much tighter. If I can get in with maybe a swivel. I'm going to try to take that off. And I'm going to probably need a small socket. I won't be able to, I might be able to fit that. It looks like about the same size. Okay. Let me get a swivel. We're going to have to come up with a different size. Okay. I'm going to just try to use a correct socket instead of going down to a quarter. Let me see here. This looks like the same size. Yes, it is. It is 8 millimeter. I think they should make that in 3/8. Okay. Hopefully I have it. Nine millimeter. Oh, brother. 10 millimeter. Okay. Still one. Not even close. I am going to have to run quarter. I am going to have to run it. Okay. Okay. Can anybody see me? I can barely see me. Let's try to get this one first. One thing, I got too big of a battery here. Let me go get a 2 amp hour. I mean, we all know that. We all know the videos that Milwaukee has when they send out their new tools to are all staged. We all know that. Everybody knows that. Okay. See if I can even get to this. I wonder which one I want to get to. Well, yeah, this is tight. I'm going to have to attach it this way. And I'll try to bring the camera down here. Okay. Yeah. That should be it. Okay, let me get the camera. Now, if I can just set it in here somewhere. See what I'm trying to get to? Right here. This is going to be complicated. Let me attach the... I'm going to have to take the end off and do that again. Okay. Okay. Wow. This is tight. This is very tight. Okay. Maybe I'll try to do the... that's even worse. At least I got a smaller battery on, so I got a lot more room now. I think it's on. Okay, now I'm going to try to do this. It's very hard to hold these. Wow. If anybody sees anything. Okay, here we go. Wow. This is really hard to get to. That's one of the hardest things I've ever, yeah. Where are the spark plugs on this van at? I'd be almost tempted to. That might be, well, I'd have to have an awful small socket for that. Let's try to do something a little bit easier. That I think almost involves a in fact, let me go get my rigid. Okay, let me go get my rigid. I have a rigid power ratchet. I think that would do a better job. I don't think this stubby can do everything. I honestly don't. I honestly don't think it can do everything. It can't get to everything. I mean, I'm sure people have better extensions and swivels. And I mean, look at my Mickey Mouse setup. Look at this. Yeah, it's, not exactly professional. Let me go get my power ratchet. See if I could get to that. I think I could. Okay. I have a rigid, This is rigid. Take the battery off. Brother. Okay. Rigid model number. R866011. Okay. Now, let me get an extension. Maybe I won't have to even do that. We just try to run what I have. And this it loosened it. Let me get the camera in there. It loosened it. I'm glad that guy was on there. Like I say, I don't get paid to do this. This is just fun to me. Fun, and it gives me something to do. Other than sitting around watching TV all day, which I get tired of doing. I'd rather play with my tools and do videos and have fun doing it. Let me see if I can get to that. I'm going to have to use an extension. I could probably do it even with the ratchet. Okay, now I'm going to need a really long extension. Now, that's down there pretty far. Let me get an extension. I'd rather be doing this than doing nothing. Okay. You want to talk old school? Anybody wants to talk old school? Look at this. This is old school. You put it down in there and you turn. That's old school. This is what people had to do back in the day to get the stuff. Just imagine if you had to work on an engine all day doing this by hand. Can you imagine doing this all day? Oh, brother. That would make a really long day. Okay, I got an extension. Putting the socket on right now. Pretty sure this is it. You can tell how much these have been used. The pin on it doesn't want to go in. I've got to put some oil on it. You have to put some oil on the pin. I'm going to jam it on the concrete. Okay. Got it. Now, wrong size. Bummer. Still gonna have to take this off. It's a little bit smaller. Yeah. Okay. How many people we got here? We got 21. That's not bad. Okay. Let's see what fits it. We're going to want to stick with 3/8. Let's see. This was 10 millimeter. Nine millimeter, maybe. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, she fits. Fits about, still a little play, but I don't think it's any smaller than that. How much smaller could it be? Okay, let's try it. Okay, now let me try to get in here and show everybody what I'm doing. Maybe it is too small. Yeah, it's not small enough. I'm going to have to put in an extension and go down to 1/4 inch. Okay. Okay, now we're going down to 1/4 inch. That's why the 1/4 inch stubby would be the one to use on these motors. Okay, now I got to figure this out. Wow. How much smaller? What is this? That was 9 millimeter. Seven millimeter. No, too small. Well, let me try these. Ten millimeters too big. Okay, we're at 8 millimeter. Yeah, perfect. Nice and tight. Okay, let's get the stubby. Okay. Now, can everybody see? I have a hard time seeing myself. Okay, it did it. Now let's tighten it. Not bad. You can get to it. If I can just get the socket off now. Yep, that was good. I already loosened this one. Think I did, yeah. Yeah, this was fun. Now let's put the battery back together. Let me fix the camera. Okay. Okay. Think I tightened everything back up. When I have to get this van all fixed and reconditioned to drive it in a few years, I'll have a mechanic work on it. I'm not going to play with it. It needs about $2,000 worth of work to bring it up to me and the family moving the heck out of here. So I'm on go southwest. I've had enough of the weather here in the Midwest. Okay. Let me clean the post one more time. Okay. Now let me get all the stuff. Oh yeah, I'm going to put the oil down. Glad somebody reminded me of that. If I can find the oil. Here it is. Oil's well that ends well. Good enough. Okay. So if you got the right tools, like I say, you have a power ratchet, whatever turns you on. You don't even need to spend this much money. Go to Walmart and get one. And a subcompact, not just the Milwaukee, whatever you want. You could take stuff off. But you're going to need both to work on it. We found that out. Because sometimes these just can't quite get the stuff that a ratchet can get to. But I do want to get to a new Milwaukee. I probably will get the 1/2 inch because this is already 3/8. Okay. Now, battery's still good. Gets a little spark. But I know it's trash. It's already 9 or 10 years old. Why replace it with a new one? The van's going to sit for another year or two. Why? I don't drive the van. Let it sit. Okay, let's tighten this up. Yep. Put it on the nut mold, bolt mold, whatever you call it. That's tight enough. She's good. Now, if I can remember how to put this ugly thing down, it looks like it clicks in 3 different spots. Well, 4 different spots. There we go. Makes the engine look big, these covers. Back in the day, you go back to the early 90s, they never had this. Now all the engines have these plastic covers. You think you got some big V8 underneath the hood. It's only a 6-cylinder. You know, it's not a big V8 here. Even though there's probably enough room in this van probably to put a V8. I wouldn't want to try it. So, they're good. Everything's good. Like I said, I got to get this van reconditioned from tip to tail. Because when we get ready to that big move, my channel's going to move with us. So, okay. Well, we had some fun there. We found the limitations on that. We all know. We all know that this can't get to everything. This might be a stubby, but you're going to need a power ratchet to get some stuff because of where it fits. I mean, look how thin this is. If you had to really get to something, this comes in handy for certain, and this is next. Because when you really got to get to stuff, you got to use both. And using this power ratchet is better than using this. If anybody ever seen one of these, use this. So, other than that, yeah, I do like this stubby. You put it in bolt mode, nut mode, and it does work. Let me do one more. It does do stuff. There we go. Let me tighten it down better. Something ain't lined up. Now it is. Okay. Still not quite there. Well, it ain't going anywhere. I can't pull it out, or can I? Let's loosen this. Figure out why. We put some oil on it. Okay. Good enough with me. So, got to use a little bit of every tool. A stubby, a power ratchet, and probably a lot of hand tools. And of course, we all know. So, okay. I'll be going back online again probably Monday night. I had some fun here just playing with the old van, taking stuff apart, just taking nuts out, and putting them back in. So just to try to find the limitation of this new stubby, and it has its limits. Everybody go back and watch the video, but you do have to use a power ratchet to get to some stuff. There's no gives on that. You got to. I'm hoping Milwaukee redoes their power ratchets. They need to make a new M12 stronger. Well, that's right. They are. They're coming out with those. That's right. That's January. They're coming out with the new M12 power ratchets. But I want them to make their right angle impact wrench stronger. This has more power probably than their right angle impact wrenches have. I bet you it does. No, I don't have one to test, but I have the rigid 1/2 inch right angle impact wrench, and that thing has got the most power out of all the impact wrenches. Right angles, 250 foot-pounds. It's at least 200. So, but I am going to buy the brand new Milwaukee ratchets. I'm going to buy at least one in January. So, okay, I'm kind of tired here. The storm's coming in, but got to play with the van. So Eric the Bearded Tool Guy is signing off.